these simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Auburn's offense will get the first crack at it here. Alabama had little trouble the last time they saw the Tigers blowing out Auburn in the Iron Bowl.
Alabama made a statement. They did it from the very opening whistle. They completely dominated the Tigers in all 3 facets of the game.
And the Tigers fans.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And first play under the lights, you had all day to think about how you wanted to start the game. And this defense, exactly how they wanted to do it. Get to the quarterback and get him on the ground.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air, it's Toner. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open.
Oh, out of space. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Off play action on 1st down. Gets it out fast. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama! Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Finds his big tight end. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. The play action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. kick is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Under fire. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Fry. Grabs it in the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Grabbed behind the line, it's Sims. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run play action. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Skips away from pressure. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being in Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
It's complete. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They send the tight end in motion. Handoff from the gun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Alabama facing 4th down as we open play here in the second quarter. He'll try to slam it in. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's the handoff. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Wants to throw. It's Toner. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it down the left side. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Lets it fly. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Just keep slinging it. Quickly complete. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Heels to punt and try to pick up some yards. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. A really disappointing end to that lap. There he goes. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the court.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to add another.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Auburn offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The throw. Well, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the fifth kick of the night. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Hold it. Finds his man on the left.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Hand off from the shotgun. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. Back to throw, it's Fry. Fires complete on the crosser. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Quick release on the RPO.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
From the gun, he leads it with the back. Alabama will get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads it left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? He'll do it himself. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Brought down at the 17 as he brought it all the way back inside the 20 after the pick. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Trying to make magic with his feet. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Leaves it with the back.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Throwing right. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be fourth down. Hunt is in the air. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. And you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to pass. It's Fry. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On third and long. Try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Ramsey. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Finds the tight end. The offense uses the timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. The pull and throw off the RPO. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field, trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. And the offense went right back to their man, and this time the defense was ready to stop him. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama pushing the tempo. Rides the back on the option, the give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. The give on the option. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Fry. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of...
And that's a live ball behind the line. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Off the boot, looking for his man. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Makes the catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking to throw, it's Toner. Under fire. And the defense got him at the 27. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Wants to go up top. And they're not on the same page there. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, they're trailing by a lot of points right now. The problem is there's usually only one way to get back into it, and that means throwing the ball, and the defense knows it. And that's why they're pinning their ears back. They're dialing up blitzes. Guys are just rushing upfield, and they're finding it easier to get to the quarterback. They've got a few sacks already in this game. It's going to be even easier at this point because this offense has just dug themselves into such a big hole.
They boot it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
To throw, it's Fry. And the third down pass is knocked away by the D. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And this one splits the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marks. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sims. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Gonna run it. It's Reed. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the RPO, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game, they pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the timing just a hair off. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Dropping back, it's Toner. Looking for a huge play. can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Got it in the middle. It's Emmanuel. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Going downfield for the big play. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. Touchdown time! And the punishment has been extended. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Caught in the backfield, it's Reed. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Looking downfield, it's Toner. Finds his man, it's Reed. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple positions. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You can tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Here comes that Alabama offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Auburn offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Toner. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And the Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Shoots it to the left. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. On the ground, it's Jean-Pierre. Makes his man miss. Finds a crease at the 20. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Good, right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Here's the pressure. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. High the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Toner. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Lofts one high and deep. Snags it on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down. The what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Ramsey. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Quick release by the QB. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Off the play fake on first down. To throw. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down.
Good enough for a first down.
Takes the handoff. It's Reed. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Off play action. He wants a big play here late. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer.